Hey, it's Steve Barcelo just hanging out in the hotel room here. We stopped, it's me and Christmas, the rescue dog. We're heading back up to the mountains. This trip, I actually have taken the trip up through 58 through Virginia. So I'm still about, a good hour and a half, probably maybe an hour and 45 minutes from the spots I want to go. I'm planning on hitting the areas up by, well, I want to hit Virginia. I want to hit possibly even get into Tennessee, but back in North Carolina, it was so hard to maneuver off 40 last week. So I'm going to try to go down, so kind of heading down towards Boone. I'm not going to go to Boone. I'm going to try to stay out of Boone, just like I stayed out of Asheville. Too many, too many people are covering that, and there's too much stuff going on there. And I'd just be in the way, and the supplies I'm bringing, just they don't need them there. Little tiny communities need it. I'm planning on either giving it out personally or dropping it off at a church. This way, it's goes right to people. This time, I brought primarily antihistamines, toothpaste, toiletries, smaller things. Last time I brought up water. I have some food. I have what do you call it? Sanitary wipes, things like that. I brought. I had a little bit of that last time too, but I don't have the vehicle to carry skids of water. And plus, I was talked to a guy last time I was up here last week, and he was, I can't remember his name now, I've got it on my phone, but he was from the Cajun Navy. He said, we really need antihistamines, we need things like this. So I picked up a lot. I couldn't even tell you all the stuff I've got. We got so much stuff. Then I've got some canned cat food, canned dog food. It was donated by some of the dollar stores. The hotel I'm staying at made mention to one of the people here just talking about what I was doing, where I'm heading. They were just curious. And they said, we have stuff. Can you take that? I said, well, I don't have a lot of room. But they have things like shampoo and stuff, so I'll add that to the collection. So I'm kind of like collecting more stuff as I go. So I'm planning on dropping that off. I did bring a couple of large cases of water just because I had it in the museum. And if someone needs that, I can give that out. And I'm sure, what else did I bring? I can't even think now. There's so much of anti anti-fungus creams, stuff for cuts and wounds. I didn't get any band-aids. I don't know why I didn't think to pick up band-aids. But just there's so much stuff. There's just so many things I can't even remember all the stuff I picked up. But it's just tons and tons of stuff, boxes of it. But so that's my plan. I'm being kind of quiet. It's got to be damn near close 1 o'clock in the morning. Here you can see this room. It's not a fancy hotel, but there's Christmas sleeping on the bed. And that nasty looking sheet you see there is not from the hotel. I carry that, so this way the dog sleeps on the bed and I take her hair and mess with me. So just watching the news here, trying to lay out stuff. I don't want to have too much out. I got my laptop out, trying to figure out what the plan of attack is going to be for tomorrow. And I'm hoping to be on the road here by 9:30. That'll give me plenty of time to get up there. Now, I'm not going to be able to get any place to stay there tomorrow night. I mean, there's no place to stay. This is why I purposely stopped far enough out where I knew I could get a place. And unfortunately, taking a dog with me, which I have no option, can't leave her behind. And, I can't leave her at a hotel if I have to get a hotel 40, 50 miles away from where I'm going to be. So she has to come with me, which kind of cuts what I'm doing. Dropping supplies off is no big deal, but to interview people, do the filming, documenting the stuff going on. Now we have another hurricane coming in, going to hit somewhere in the Tampa area. And my dad's down there, he's in Hudson. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that now. I got to get done with this, go back to the museum, and then repack and figure out what I'm going to need for that. Be totally different gearing up, more just more of a rescue thing. But once again, I'm going to have a dog with me. In that case, I might want to bring, instead of the Durango, I might bring the Expedition down. At least that's 4-wheel drive. It's more of a beast as far as I can that actually has a hitch. I can tow things and pull things out, and I have the chain in the front and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen. I'm going to play everything by ear. And who knows if that does turn as a couple of the spaghetti plots claiming that might actually rotate up and actually come back up north a little bit. So it's been kind of a crazy couple of weeks, me chasing weather. It started off with chasing the hurricane up. Now, I didn't chase the hurricane per se. I stayed on 95 long. I got down to about the Georgia border, South Carolina, and then followed it up. The torrential rain, it was a mess. We got, all kinds of crazy winds knocking tractor trailers off. I wouldn't say they're exactly tornadoes. I'm not sure what they were, but we did get tornadoes touching down in Rocky Mountain. I wasn't there for the touchdown, but I got up there after the fact. I was actually in Smithfield, where we had polygons coming up there, and the winds are crazy there. And anyway, it's just been kind of a couple of crazy weeks. You can see the bags in my eyes. I'm tired. I'm just kind of dragging. This past weekend, all the money I brought in from the museum, I even told people, no admission fees. Make a donation. Put it in a donation box. Whatever you donate, we're going to buy stuff to take out there. And then, of course, on my end, I got to pay for gas and everything else. Bringing food with me, I am, of course, getting some food along the way, some basic stuff. But I am carrying, obviously, dog food and stuff for my dog. I'm carrying my water, my beverages. I brought some basic food along, so this way I'm not using anyone else's food. If I get into like here, it doesn't matter. I can get something to eat here. Just we're not in the disaster zone. I don't want to be a burden on anything. I want to get in, help, do what I can, get the message out. I'm not going to go into it tonight. There's a lot of misinformation going out there. FEMA's asking for the message to get out. There's a lot of people being scared. It's political time, elections, lots of bullshit. And but anyway, so I'm going to go more into that tomorrow as I'm driving. I'm going to post the links to going to the FEMA site so people don't freak out. They're being told that there's no money there. There is. There's limited at 750. That's not the fact. So there's a lot of falsehoods there. I did work with a disaster before when I was a journalist up in New York Daily News. Sandy came through. We covered what we could. And in that case, we had this huge area. It was where the Red Cross was set up in Lindenhurst. And I went in there, they had tractor trailers just full of things. One was full of vinegar, which it turns out they use it for killing mold. And we talked to them. We said, all these people are at their homes. They won't leave their homes. They're afraid of people breaking in. They're afraid of missing the insurance guy if he shows up or whatever, for reasons. And they said, well, we can't leave here. They have to come to us. So they agreed to let us load our vehicles and trucks up, and we would go up a road and we'd have these bags full of MERs, flashlights, gloves. I don't even remember all the stuff in there, but a ton of stuff. And these brightly colored like laundry bags, and just go out and hand them out to families. And then, talk to them. Sometimes we get an interview, which we couldn't send into Manhattan until a day later. We had nothing out there. For me to send in, I had to go back home at the end of the night, and then I could send this stuff in. I had internet at my place. I was inland enough in Bayshore where it wasn't too bad. But that's what we did day after day after a while. And then of course we worked with SPCA out there, and I don't remember these guys' names. It's been so long. Talking about the pet rescues and stuff. So that's something I want to do here. I want to talk about that. Find out what's needed. They're still doing rescues for bodies. They're looking for people out there. So there's a lot going on. So I'm going to see what I can do, if I can use what I've done in the past to help and get the information out and try to clarify things. And, I don't want people to say like, oh, geez, no one's going to give me anything. No, if you can. These people don't have internet or phones. That's a whole nother issue. The other thing I wish I had the money to buy, and I wish I could afford, is Starlinks. I need Starlinks. Now, I know some people sent Starlinks down, and they don't know where they've been deployed. They don't know where they went. So that's another concern, because those have to be set up. They're fairly easy to set up. And you set them up and then, create a password that anyone can use and just give it out. And this way people at least can go up with their phones. And if you can do that along with some kind of charging station where they can actually charge their phones, that's a huge thing, if they even have their phones still. We'll give them access to something. So a lot going on. It's going to be insane. There's going to be towns up there that it's going to be maybe 2 before things are done. The infrastructure is destroyed. The military's really coming in. Now I'm seeing people posting and talking about it. There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, it takes a little while for the logistics get in. I mean, we gotta, get helicopters in there to bring people that are stuck in the mountains and get them, the basics they need: food, medication, insulin, things like that, water, obviously, and make sure they're safe. Anyone injured or, the elderly, the young, get them out as best you can. It's a logistics nightmare. Roads are just destroyed. Last time I was up there, I tried to get up. People were saying, go here, check this out. And I couldn't go there. I mean, I had no internet. Thank God I carry a compass with me. So I knew at least which direction I was facing. These roads wind all over, and little tiny roads on a mountain. And you get down there and road shut into a 50-point turn and get out, and other people do it. Then I'm driving back. I don't know this area. So next time I pass my turn, I'm going down and down and down. Next time I go, this doesn't look familiar. That road's shut. So I have to backtrack and try to figure out what road I went on, wherever I was there. You get back on 70 and just headed south and back on 40. So, well, not even going to attempt that again. Went back a couple exits, went back. And then, here I was on the other side of the road that was shut down. It's very confusing, especially for someone like me that doesn't know the immediate area. And I'm just trying to find out what's going on. Power lines are down. Some of the roads are passable, but you can see that someone's cleaned the roads, probably locals. I don't think it's anything. Probably some community. One of them had a power plant down there, a dam. So I imagine that road was cleared by the line workers. But there was still, I'm driving up there, I'm seeing these things across the road. And at first I was thinking the counters, like you put on a road, you want to see how many cars come across. I realized these are all power lines. And, if I realized that, I wouldn't have been driving. I knew, figured they were dead, but you don't know. You'd be driving across these things. It's a mess. It's really bad. And now people are going to be getting desperate. Once you're up there, especially that's why the misinformation is so bad. You're just flaming the fire. You're throwing gasoline on this thing. People are in a bad way. I've gone through hurricanes from living on Long Island. We've gone without power for weeks, and it's miserable. We flooded where I was. We didn't flood. We didn't get a tidal surge. We just were low and just get rainwater. And when you're flooded, and we had well water for a long time. Eventually got city water tied in. So you've got no electric. You have no water. You can't flush toilets. And thank God I'm a bit of a hoarder and a little bit of a survivalist. I always had camping gear and stoves and canned goods and stuff like that. I sell the military can openers in the museum. I didn't have a lot left. I'd probably due to order some. I think I get like 100 at a time. I grab whatever was left there, so I have them. So I'm going to pass those out. At least they're little tiny things anyone that knows about them. I think they're called P38s or something like that. I brought a lot of weird stuff. I was just walking around the museum, just like, what can I bring to these people? So it's going to be crazy. I don't want to make this video too long. Like I said, I'm going to try to get some sleep in a minute. But even here, I'm trying to make sure I brought in what I need. When I'm done today, I'm going to make sure everything's packed up and ready to go. This way, I'm trying to be efficient. Plus, like I said, I've got a puppy I got to take care of, this old rescue dog, this old Walker Hound. And she's a good girl. But and she loves traveling. She's amazing. She's such a silly thing. But that's it. I don't think anything else to talk about. I'll get another video. But I just didn't get one today driving. I was preoccupied just, getting here. And I got a late start. I had some deliveries coming in. I had a new charger for my drone come in, rapid charger. I want to try to get the drone up. That's one of the reasons I want to try to do, hit some of the areas around here. If I'm trying to find out, there's nothing in this immediate area, but if they say it's not that far down the road, I should be to hit places in Virginia where they're, got some disaster stuff, so I can at least see what they need and maybe do some aerial shots there and get stuff which I can incorporate into some of these videos to make them more interesting, so I get more people watching them. And that's kind of the whole thing. You got to make these things, like this is going to be incredibly boring, a talking head. And I'm just shooting up my iPhone, so I'm not even going to bother to edit this. I'm just going to post it the way it is. I'll put a thumbnail together. But everyone do your due diligence. Everyone be good to each other. Try to stop from spreading false rumors. Make sure the stuff's accurate. There's so much garbage there, and from everybody, both sides. And there's just so much junk out there, and it's a shame. This is not the time to play these games. We need to be here for people and do the right thing. All right, everyone have a good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll be on the road, hopefully very early. Hopefully the coffee's decent here. Most of these hotels are pretty awful.